Hi everyone, it's BDevine. Thank you so much for being here and subscribing to my channel and wherever you have found me. Yesterday, the 12th of the 12th, beautiful portal of energy, we had a new start with a new moon, and it was in Sagittarius, which brings luck on our side. So it's interesting. I'm going to go through some cards and some messages for us. Yeah, hopefully yes, it is recording. Okay. So everything was trying to stop me from doing this recording today. It's so weird. Anyway, so I was like, I'm trusting. So as I'm going through some books and bits and pieces that I was looking at, these cards and stuff, this slip of paper fell out of one of my notepads, right? So I'm going to read to you what this says. And I know I've got it from somewhere, okay, but I just can't tell you where because it's on a piece of paper. Look at it. All right, so I trust myself. I trust my dreams and visions. I trust in what is different and unique and original in me. I have enough courage, strength, patience, and trust to stay true to myself so my visions and dreams will come to life in this world. The right opportunities, people, and situations are attracted to the originality of my undiluted dreams. There is brilliance in me, and I don't need to compare myself or compromise on what truly matters to me. I just need to be myself, and all else happens according to the graceful help of the universe. How's that? I trust my dreams and visions. I trust myself. I trust in what is different and unique and original in me. And I kept saying to myself, I trust myself. I trust myself. I know I'm doing this today. So not comparing or compromising on what truly matters to me. This video and today really matters to me because we are building up in energy, of course. So yeah, I've got this out of one of my books and I've written it out, and obviously I needed to read it, and so did you need to hear it. So a few things. A new start coming with the new moon. And of course, I was going to look at this yesterday, but it wasn't the right timing for me. And we're looking at it now. So something is beginning in our lives. And when it's in Sagittarius, there's a lot of energy involved with adventure, fun, and being excited. In fact, yesterday was a day of things unlocking. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that people who are like me that really want to help the world and don't take any big deals from any companies or places, TV stations or anything like that. We don't take any deals, right? So we get pushed down to the bottom of the barrel. Now, I have been going through this thing where I'm just going to keep on going, I keep on going, keep on going. And believe me, I don't know anybody else who would have kept on going with all that they throw at me. Recently, I was able to put my website and tag products of my website. And then suddenly all of my products were gone. They didn't have the right tagging, or they didn't have this or that. Nothing was different. And so I didn't look at it. I was like, I'm not even going to worry about it. Another of my TikTok stores got taken completely away because they claimed that I put up someone else's video when it was my video. I don't put someone else's video up. It's even got my website in it, my name, everything. It's me talking. And they're like, oh no, that's not you. And no one will talk to me. They just say, oh, here's the guidelines. So that happened. And I'm like, you know what? I am not having this anymore in my life, where it's just problem after problem and issue after issue and letdown after letdown. And I just let it go. And I went in and I did a big declaration, and I cleared any permission that I may have given in any direction of time for anything negative. Because if you do not know, if something keeps on happening to you and you do not know why that's happening, and you've been asking your angels and asking your guides, and you're not repeating the patterns, right? It's not coming up in your life, and you're not repeating things, you're changing things. In fact, why would it be coming up? Oh, somewhere on your journey, on a different dimension or timeline, you are giving permission for that to happen, because nothing can happen to you negatively unless you give permission for that to happen on some level. And I was thinking to myself, I don't give permission for any negative energy to have anything to do with me. But what if on another transition of time, in another place, even in a past life, I was working with some kind of darker energy, and therefore was just giving permission for whatever. And I shut all that down. Magically, this morning, and a little bit this afternoon, because I was working on it, all my shop came back to life. You can see it now. Well, I can see it when I'm trying to do the work I need to do. The TikTok one hasn't come back, but you know what? I don't give a crap anyway. And my numbers started to magically unlock. So I unlocked my YouTube. I unlocked my TikTok. I unlocked my Facebook. I unlocked Instagram. I had problems with emails. I just put this whole thing on everything. Luck is on your side, and a new start is here. So I have to tell you, if you're constantly putting up your shields, putting up your triple shield of protection and doing your declarations every day, and you're constantly working with the light, and yet you have done a lot of healing, you have cleared your past, you have done your timeline clearing. Semester 1 students, you know what I'm talking about. You've done the whole big clearing, which you get in semester 1. If you've done all of that, and you're still seeing things come up, you're still getting things shut down, clear it in all dimensions and rebuke and revoke any permission that you've given for that dark energy to be working there. Because as I said to you, unless you've given permission, you can't release it. And unless you give permission, it can't attack you. Any negative energy has to be given permission to bombard you. And people say, what about little kids? Well, again, they've given permission in some way. They haven't protected themselves, or it's a dimensional thing, crossover. So today, luck is on our side, and we need to trust our abilities. We need to trust our forward movement. We need to trust that there is light in this world, that things are changing. And you can look at things now and go, oh my God, okay, I know. But we're all going to experience some kind of relief here in December 2023. And you can look at my Akashic records. I'll try to link them somewhere here. And I'm going to do the 2024 Akash coming up here pretty soon as well. I also want to reassure you that because we have Aquarius going into, Pluto going into Aquarius for the first time in such a long time, and it's going to end up staying there at November this year for 20-something years, right? When Pluto moves into Aquarius, we can expect innovative change. We can expect breakthroughs, scientific advancements. We can expect humanitarian efforts to just go community collaboration. Aquarius is all about collaboration. We think of it as a water sign, but it's actually a water bearer. Anyway, a water bearer. So it's carrying, it's working together with the water. It's carrying this energy. It is, focused on helping. Now, just recently, since 2008, we've had Pluto sitting in Capricorn. That is all about resources, funding, governments, rules, organizations, corporations. And what's been happening? Pluto's just been banging away at our structures. And then we see it sort of destroying itself in a sense because they can't keep up. Things can't keep on happening the way that they're happening. So the other point, as I've been going into channel and getting messages for you and for all of us really, is we must focus on what we want to see. So our focus is dead center on light on this world, on changes occurring, not knowing how, because everybody's in uproar. People will sit on TikTok and argue about it. Like they actually sit there, and I heard as I was scrolling through this particular person say, "Oh no," and I was like, "Oh no, what?" And it was like, "Oh no, I don't want you to come up here and just talk to me. I want you to debate me." And I was like, I mean, not me personally, but whoever was going, I was like, you want someone to debate you. You want to get loud with someone. You want to get angry with someone. What's going to happen there? The two people that are debating are both going to think they're right and nothing gets accomplished. So this whole world agenda of turning one against the other, brother against brother, etc., and letting us focus our minds on mundane stuff that makes no sense at all, of people going into a panic over what they should be saying. So they have to think a little bit more before they say something, rather than just having a natural flow of conversation with somebody else, because there's so many assumptions and there's so many preferences that people have. There's so many rules that we have to obey. And so what you have is a society that has been bombarded with psychological operation, okay, trigger the people into their fear. And then while you're still trying to work all that out, then you have this other operation going, but whatever you're fearing, whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling is wrong. And you need to watch yourself and you need to make sure you're saying the right things, because if you don't say the right things, then you're being called a name or a few different names. And so what you find is people are just staggering around, not exactly sure where they fit in, what they're doing, and they just go, oh, well, I'm just going to stay away from everybody. So what you have is you have a lot of people withdrawing, going into anxiety. They're triggered by movies. They're triggered by TV. They're triggered by everything they say. They're triggered about going out in public and getting in trouble, looking a certain way, saying things that you've always said, like, thank you, sir. Maybe it's not a sir anymore. You're immediately in trouble, right? And luckily, moving out of the cities, for my husband and I, we have very, very like-minded people all around us. So it's more, everybody smiles and everybody's laid back and everybody is just nice, just kind, right? And we're the same, obviously. There's not so much anguish and stress and driving around and no petrol money and buying food is expensive and everybody's just like racing out to get it done and coming back. So what I'm told in my channeling messages is to stop, focus, don't get in any debates with anybody. Okay. And it's like, it's weird because someone I used to know used to say, if someone would scream at him, he'd go, cool, cool. What are you going to say to that? Cool. Nothing. He's going to be like, oh, okay, I guess it's cool. And it just used to turn things around. We have to begin within ourselves as a new start. It doesn't mean hiding away at home. It doesn't mean overthinking. It doesn't mean worrying, stressing, because I'm going to put you into perspective for just a second. It's really, really, really big things are happening to some people's families. I'm working with a couple who are in Australia. And this poor girl, I'm going to try not to cry, but she came and she had a reading with me. And during the reading, there were certain aspects that were brought up about a family member, her husband, and his health. And I don't give health readings because it can just be a disaster, but I can give advice. Okay, I can use there's certain card, what are they called? Spreads. There's certain things where you can check in on the health or do a chakra reading or whatever, right? So I did this, I implemented this, and pinpointed things for the family. Like I knew what was happening, but I wasn't going to say what was happening. And so while everybody's been moaning, complaining, this is not working, that's not working, issues with people or you just bitchiness in general, this poor lady is watching her husband pass away almost in front of her. He's very, very unwell. Children are there too. And this person is beside herself because they did everything that they were told to do medically. And now they're just being told, okay, oh, well, there's nothing else we can do for him. That's it. So, of course, around about 3 weeks ago now, I said I would do everything to help on my end and do my best to sort of assess the situation and work on it, knowing that already there's so much damage done, knowing that already there's so much stress, there's so much pain, but willing to help and for helping for nothing. I don't know these people from a bar of soap, but I can feel the heart, I can feel the energy, I can feel this overall sadness of being so let down and believing in a system that just failed. Now, I'm not giving away all of the particulars about this situation, but I'm telling you, we have to put things in perspective. We lost so many people through this process. People are going through tremendous pain right now. They are in positions of grieving without having someone leave the planet yet. They're just wondering what their future is going to be like. They don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. They're dealing with doctors and this and that and back and forth and up and down and kids going to school and trying to get stuff at home. And, you know, she's trying to be a wife. She's trying to be a mother. She's trying to be a caretaker. And a new start has to happen where we all, as healers, as guides, as light leaders, as people who are just got good hearts, right? We stop this cycle of moaning and complaining and belittling and whinging and jealousies and, you know, oh, I've got a sore here and a sore there and this and that and this is hurting and oh, I'm so tired, and just mentioning all the things that you are declares them for you. And then you keep it going and keep it going and keep it going. Now, I'm not saying everybody does this, but this is pretty big. And then we have people who are focused on what they should be called and all this stuff. And I get that. There's been so much confusion about it. There's been so much hate towards it, etc. But you have to know that you're strong enough. You don't need anybody to support you. We love you. We love who you are, what you want, what you believe in. And we all need to do the same for each other. Teaching people that they need to have, they're so weak, because that's what you're being told, that you're so weak that you need the world to sit back and uplift you all of the time. That includes spiritual circles and healing circles and things like that too. You're always told, and even going to church, you're always told that you're bad, that you need help, that you need to repent, that you've done something wrong, that there's an issue over here because of you, you know, you've done it. Like if you've got bad luck, the Christians will tell you that you brought it upon yourself somehow. And, you know, right? It's like not teaching you how you can actually change this energy, not teaching you how you can shift with God's love, just telling you that God must be angry with you. You better fix yourself. And so people are just on edge. You have kids who are addicted to their phones and they're just on it. You can't get a conversation. And then because of that, they don't interact like they normally would, or like we would, coming back in time a little bit. We didn't have these things. So growing up, so we had to make our own fun, and we spent a lot of time outside. The vitamin D levels goes down, and these kids don't get any sun, don't get any play. And guess what? Then they're groggy and depressed and this and that, digestive issues and blood, and it goes on and on and on. Everything that you're doing on a daily basis is going to be seen in your face, your body, your mind, your soul, everything that you do, your money, everything. When you're getting a blockage and you know, like I said to you before, when this thing was happening to me, it wasn't anything I was doing other than trying to figure out exactly what dimension of time that I must have given this permission and shutting it down. In other words, taking back my power. A new start is coming and luck is on our side. A new moon is always a new start. And as much as I really do try to bring these messages to you and help you, really in the spiritual communities, people either just want you to just keep on giving and just keep on doing readings and shut up about anything else. But as a healer, I cannot do that. So I'll use the readings because I know everybody enjoys them. But I'm telling you, my main focus in my life is healing and what it can do. Taking charge of your destiny and mastering this life. That's what we need to do. You need to lessen the suffering on the planet and increase joy. That's your job. How are you doing that? By beating yourself up, beating someone else up, hating on yourself, hating on others, going to fight with other people and sitting online and listening to arguments. We have to change this through our own actions. Every single day, I'm here for you all, and I will continue to do so. And I am writing all these things up on my website, my Teachable account, and I've got a whole lot of free webinars and videos and things that I'm adding onto my Teachable account for 2024, so you can go and learn some stuff for nothing. Some on confidence, some on soul contracts and things, soul purpose, some things that were webinars that I created for my patrons a couple of years ago that I'll now make available on that platform for you guys to watch. Interdimensional stuff, meditations, what's your higher self doing, connections with your angels, everything is going to be lots and lots and lots of free things, and it will only be on my Teachable stuff. YouTube has already got it enough, right? So the training and the education continues. The connections with the divine, the connections with councils and emissaries of light are continue to come forward to you. It doesn't mean that I'm perfect and I don't make any mistakes, and I would never claim that. I'm just a spiritual being in this human body. But I can tell you right now that everything I do comes from the heart and from a real dedicated yearning for you all to do it, like for you all to feel this change and to have this healing through your body and go, oh my God, I get it. Oh my God, I can't wait to share it with other people. Oh my God. And it's so easy. There's so much detail in what you're taught when you work with me personally, or you work with me through courses, or just even through readings. You get so much information for yourself that you hadn't even thought of, right? And you can start to look at things and navigate your way forward finally, especially for people who are stuck. So all of this is coming, and it's all coming out. So I know I'm supposed to be saying it, but I'm looking for some. Oh, here they are. I'm also going to just draw some of these moon cards for us because there it is. Look at this. You and your loved ones are safe, right? Stop living in any kind of fear. Cleanse, clear, delete. Do your declarations there. There's tons on my websites everywhere. TikTok, everywhere. And we need to declare what we want. You are very close to achieving your goal. Okay. So you're setting everything in motion. You're setting the wheels in motion, as they say. And you are focusing yourself on what it is that you truly want, not what you don't want. You're not wasting your time on these platforms arguing, you know. So nothing's going to come of that situation. By us doing that, nothing gets resolved. Okay. Your greatest, the greatest, I don't know whether I want to say it in this way, but the best thing that you can do for yourself that will drive people crazy that don't like you, okay, is to succeed, to be healthy, and to look your best. And when you feel your best inside, it just naturally comes out, right? So you look your best, you try your best to look your best. Sometimes I'm just going to get on a video with my hair not done and hardly any makeup on or none at all, because I just need to get that message out. I don't really care. I've been doing this for too long. And I thought to myself today, I thought, maybe people want to see me all professional and stuffy and all dressed up. But you know what? I left a corporate world and I'm just myself. So I was trying to think of ways that this would reach people that wouldn't ordinarily see. And I just trust that it will reach who it's meant to anyway. So I'm not changing anything. Other than I'll just keep on going with videos. Now, I did want to ask something though. I'm wondering if I can do a poll. I wanted to ask what you wanted to see more of. I've been doing lives and not too many people see them. I, do videos every day. I do videos on the moons. I do videos of channeling. I do all kinds of videos, how to, and all that stuff. But what do you want to see more of, right? What do you want to see more of after all this time? And I'll endeavor to make it happen. Show the world the real you. See? The real you, the real humanity is not fighting with each other. It is coming together and connecting with each other and, hey, I've got this, do you need that? What about when we were kids, going next door? My mum would say, just go next door and ask for a cup of sugar. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to go ask for sugar? Like, I take this little cup and ask, oh my God, you know. But we used to just do that, and now we have here where we live, our neighbors, they ask to borrow something, we ask to borrow something, it's fine. Doesn't matter what it is. We take stuff over there and they bring stuff over and whatever. And that's so nice, right? So we're showing the world the real you. When you do this, prosperity lies ahead. I've already talked to you all about the Akashic records of relief. If we didn't have any money on this planet, we didn't have to pay for anything, we didn't have nothing owing, what would we do? We would barter with each other. So what have you got to offer this world? Your computer and your phones and your debates aren't going to do anything, right? I also see a problematic thing. People are always looking for revenge, and they're always looking for, and this is not everybody, but the youth are coming up now in the spiritual, and they are teaching how to do spells, how to freeze someone and curse someone, and oh no, but it won't touch me because I'm like totally protected. No, you're not. They are teaching dangerous habits. They don't do their readings properly. They don't cleanse and clear their cards. They don't shuffle gently, calmly. They're shuffling so hard. They want to get this flying card coming out of the thing. They don't do things on the spot. So a lot of times you'll see on TikTok, for example, cards are already laid down on the table and they're just like, oh, I just got this message, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we need to see your integrity. We need to see you shuffling and the cards coming out. You need to be on the spot with what you're doing, not 5 minutes having a chance to think about what you're going to say, you know. Readings need to be on the spot. They are using it as a game. So this is the new game. You can just pull some cards, random cards out, and people will eat it up. Especially if you're talking about an ex, someone's cheating on you, or all that sort of BS. Totally unfair, right? Totally out of alignment with all of the spiritual etiquette that there is. You cannot do that. I get very, very flustered if someone says to me, oh, I want to know what if my ex cheated on me and that, right? And I'm like, one thing is that your ex is in the past, okay? That's the one thing. Number two is I'm doing your reading, right? Number three is I can see the energy around the situation, but it's totally not fair to do a reading for somebody that's not given permission to do so, to spy on them. I don't spy on people for others, right? And the reason being, and it just happened recently, is because sometimes the ex or a partner or a person or whatever you're asking about is going to get hold of that reading. And then what's going to happen? What's going to happen? You know, they're going to end up on a tirade and turn against me and start shouting and all this sort of stuff. And you're in a lot of trouble, right? And possibly trying to ruin the person's reputation as well. So it just can't be done. And so we see this coming up. Beware, because there's so much falseness out there right now. It's not even funny. That's why I lock myself down. I do what I'm doing. I focus, on all of this. I do my artwork. I've got the house. I've got the dogs. We've got wood to chop. We're doing all yard work. We've got a refence where, I'm doing this and racing off to do this before Christmas, before it gets really cold, all that stuff. So, my focus is not on, ooh, whoa, look at this one and what she's wearing and da, da, da. I can't be bothered, as well. So really be careful, because the message that I was receiving was that there are going to be so many false people out there, and it's ramping up. And I can see that now, like more than ever. I thought YouTube was bad enough. But there are plenty on TikTok and places like that as well. And it's almost like the most bizarre or loud or out there personality, or someone that's just loses track and loses their thought. Oh, I'm over here and they're over here. Everybody loves it on TikTok. And I'm just like, keep going, Becky. Just keep going. I just don't understand it. I don't understand where people are coming from. You got someone that is and people like myself that are really, really, really doing the work. And we don't get it. We don't get that reaction. We don't. People just expect us to do it. Oh, just do your readings. One person said on a 10-minute video, 10 minutes. Oh, that is so loud. That is just so long. Like, I'm like, 10 minutes is too long for you? Because we're down to 15 seconds and 1 minute shorts and things now. That's why I put the videos here that are longer, because I know that my YouTube group have known me for such a long time, and you love, so you tell me, the longer videos at times. I can't always do long, long, long videos, but I like to sort of have a little chat too. We have on my table, I have the ladybug of good luck. You're in a bright energy. Let worry go. Be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. See? That is always on my desk. Right, so we have new moon in Sagittarius. Next year, in November, it's going to get interesting because Pluto will be Aquarius first time in 248 years, I think. And then in December, we have a black moon. So there'll be 2 new moons in December next year. The black moon is kind of like a blue moon. It's going to bring in the impossible. It's connected with Lilith. All the witches go crazy over it. But I've never wanted to embrace any one thing in particular other than spirit and information and all kinds of things I might get from all over the place. But I don't want to label myself anything other than just this sovereign being of light, like you all are. So, people who do witchcraft and all of that stuff, good luck to you. I just can't. There's things about it. There's magical things. There's things that you can really connect with, but spells and all of those things, they say that there is no harm in it, but there is, because it's an energy transition, and you're actually focusing on someone else's downfall. I'm not talking about positive reinforcements or declarations, but wanting someone's downfall and wanting them to have an accident, wanting them to unalive themselves or whatever it is, that is not coming from anything other than evil. And that is going to play out in your life. And it's very, very dangerous. And it's funny because the Christians do like to come in with their pointing fingers about witchcraft on my videos and things like that when it has nothing to do with it. And it's like, why are the Christians obsessed with the devil? Why? Why aren't they talking about God's love? Instead, they're feeding this flame of the devil. People say, how would you know, Becky? I'm like, well, because I lived with these people for so many years. I lived with Mennonites and Hutterites and Amish in Pennsylvania. I know what it's like. My dad was a Baptist. I was brought up that way, and I actually was full on into religion. So my past was very religious, and doing this work was spooky. It was like not allowed. I had to really, really, really release and unchain myself from those old thoughts. I know many people who come to me, who have been coming to me for years and years and years, who are in churches as we speak. And one of them who's quite memorable is a pastor's wife. And she just came, and he was addicted to porn. And yeah, there's the pastor in the church, right? Just everyone comes and tells their secrets, right? And it's like, can't you just not be fake? Why can't you say you don't want to go to church anymore? Why do you have to go? Why can't you upset the apple cart a little bit and do what you want for a minute so people know where you stand? There are so many people who are afraid. They are so afraid of the reactions of others that they never step into their true greatness. And then they hate it. They resent it. If they don't say what they want to say, they might blame you because they couldn't tell you. And it's just this cycle of nonsense has been continuing for a time, right? We are moving into bigger blessings. We're moving into a new year. And I really hope that if you haven't got your reading for 2024, you might think about it. It's huge. And it's full of information to help you. So the other thing is the angels. They really want you to connect with them more. Sometimes we forget, right? Or you start talking to your guides, or you start learning some new technique or whatever it is, or you start channeling or whatever. Maybe it's time to pull back and say, I want to connect more with my guardian angels. Because what happens is when you do that, okay, and when your focus is predominantly on spirituality, your guardian angels and certain groups of angels come forward, and they really go, oh, this person is interested in all of this spiritual work, right? They want to open up their abilities. They want to connect with the divine, right? They're opening up to all of this right now. Let's continue to focus on fine-tuning their vibration. And so the angels get to work on this vibration, and the different ones will get to work with your abilities, and others will get to work with your senses, and others will start to get to work with healing, right? And they're doing all of this work. Meanwhile, you've asked to connect with your angels. You did a meditation, and then you went off in your car and got stuck in traffic. It started blasting your horn out the window, yelling at everybody, right? You turn around real quick, shout at the kids in the back. You're like, I'm so stressed, right? Carrying on. I used to do this. This is why I'm telling you. I'd be all like, I'm going to get that car. I'm going right after that car. I take my little Honda Civic and go through the traffic. And next thing you know, I've got the cops behind me. Oh, great. Now the cops are here. The cops are here. Right? And all because I would lose my cool. I would just be stressed in the afternoon, or, you have that 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You got to pick the kids up from school. I don't know if you know what that's like in the United States, because your kids come home on the bus. In Australia, you don't have a bus. You go through madness trying to pick up your children. And so I want to tell this funny story as well, because I would say to my kids every day after school, come straight out to the car park, right? Because otherwise, your mother is circling car parks, okay? She's circling car parks. It's creepy. You have to come right out into the car. I'm not going to find a park, okay? You'll have to find me. So, all of this would happen. You hadn't ate. You'd been going all day. You haven't had your meal. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You got a crashing of, your blood sugars and all this stuff. You haven't connected with anything. You haven't protected yourself. You haven't done any of your work because you forget, right? And then you're like, rah, and wondering why. And then you're going to get onto social media and you're going to, they put a post, right, that's it. On Facebook or texting or whatever, right? I mean, for me, I had the Motorola and I just I used to clap that phone shut. God damn it. That's it. You know what I'm talking about? And then I stopped having a phone for a really long time. There was nobody that can contact me. Even when I started my Divine Miracles and working online and all that stuff. Okay. Nobody could contact me at all because I never answered the phone anyway. I was never on it. And instead I was just doing my work or whatever. So it's like when you go through all of these things and you forget, I want you to know that I've been through just about everything. And that's why I'm used as this emissary of light. Because otherwise, if you haven't been through something, how are you going to resonate with people? How are you going to know? How are you going to know for sure? And sometimes it sucks when you have so many things that you have to deal with, right, in your life. And, those moments when you're highly stressed and I can look back and laugh at how I must have looked now, and, and my kids were like, race to the car. Oh, stop it. We're going to get to the car. And I'm getting in the front. I'm getting in the back. Just get in the car. I must have looked like this most of the time, right? Because you just be like, enough. And they just got in the car from school. And I used to see these parents go, oh, I'm like, those people have eaten really well today. They've got a nice situation at home. They've got money. They're happy. They're fine, right? But we're just like, let's get out of here. We're embracing these things, right? As we can let them go. And we embrace, we let go. We have to. You have to own something in order to completely dissolve it. So this is another thing for you as well. If you're a parent who thinks they're perfect, own it, okay? Embrace it, all right? But really look at things. Look at the little things. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's had a stressful day. Everybody said something they didn't mean. Everybody's reacted badly to something. There is no one who's perfect here. That's what it's all about. So we embrace it, we let it go. This will give us acceptance and we can move on, right? So for this new moon, what are you going to do? You've got less than a month now before the new year. What is your new year going to look like? Is it going to be the same thing, but in another year? Is it going to be something completely different? Because people say new year, new me, and they last about 2 weeks and that's it. So it's got to be a change that you can maintain for the rest of your life. Lifestyle changes, right? So you can do this. And embracing what you think, what you feel, what you're doing, how you've done things before, and just say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to be happy and settled with me and how I am now. I'm embracing knowledge, because once I started to embrace knowledge, it did not turn, the valve just didn't turn off. Once I started to embrace how I was feeling, like worked up, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you crash because you haven't eaten anything all day, you've just had coffee or whatever, not making good choices, not drinking enough water and all those things, and finding myself driving around car parks, it's not good. And then to moving into teaching at the schools and being at the schools all of the time myself, and just going in to this different direction with things, but still having issue, having problems, having things come up, having frustrations, having people let me down, having people hurt me, going off at people as well, like situations not being perfect, etc., having no support, right? Whatever it is for you, and go easy on yourself about it, and just look at it and collect it all. Say it is what it is. It was what it was. I was doing what I was doing, and we have to move on. And we have to embrace a new life, right? The life that we want for ourselves holds no pain of the past. It holds no jealousies. It holds no hurt. It holds nothing but happiness. When you see someone, if you wanted to win $1 million or something, do you think they're going, oh, geez, I'm still really hurt about my... I think they're going to be super happy with, like, and excited, like life can begin. They're not thinking about things that they may have been thinking about before. It's all a different perspective. And the perspective is changing because Sagittarius loves to have fun. The energy of Sagittarius is here. Only thing with Sagittarius is that they overthink things and then they won't do it. And they're so excited, they're going on a trip, going to hotels, they're going on a party, and then they are crapping themselves, overthinking the details. So try not to do that as well. Just embrace your angel connection. They want to talk to you, but if you become distracted, how can they get through? If they start working on changing your vibe and changing your situation and changing the energy and changing the trajectory and all of these things that you want, and then you go, wow, that didn't work. It was 5 minutes and nothing happened. They have to start all over again. Stay with it, right? There's plenty of meditations here. There's plenty of things that are free, just so many places, okay? So many meditations and things. So many things at the websites, etc. So many articles, DevineMiracles.com. So many different things that you can look at to help yourself, and new things that'll come in 2024, i.e., I can't tell you everything that I'm going to do because people just sabotage or they try to, but there will be some place for all of us to be and a connection with all of us. And we're going to be able to learn and to grow and to help others and to teach, to heal, and to focus on readings if you want to, and giving advice, counseling, clearing people, and working on all of this energy. So we're going to unite regardless of what anybody else is doing, okay? And that's the main mission here. So enjoy this new moon energy and the new ways of thinking, and don't be so hard on yourself for crap that happened before. Stop going over it. You're never going to understand half of people's motivations. You're never going to be able to take back your anger or whatever was happening in the past, or things you made mistakes with, or whatever, getting stressed out, driving around in circles at schools, or whatever you were doing. All you have to do is have compassion for who you were at that time, just trying to do your best with what you had. Not even thinking about self-care, because everybody else comes first, right? So sending you all lots of love. I hope that you enjoyed the messages today. New things are coming in. We're almost there. Okay. Hang tight, and I will talk to you all real soon. Okay. Bye for now.